Welcome to the desk, Dr. Shirley.
Yeah, Dr. Shirey.
Shirey.
It's all right.
I
It's all right.
apologize
No
profusely.
problem.
Well, so you're here today to talk to us about pet vaccinations. Is that correct? All right. So go ahead and tell us real quick. Tell us about some of the vaccines that we give our pets, like the rabies vaccine.
Yeah, so I think rabies is one everybody knows about. The interesting thing about the rabies vaccine is it really depends on which county you live in, whether they will respect a 1-year rabies or a 3-year rabies. I'm hoping that soon all counties will respect a 3-year rabies vaccine. But as of now, just know it's your county that decides whether it's a 1-year or a 3-year rabies vaccine.
So it's the county's prerogative,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much. Okay, but you blanket recommend that everybody get a vaccine for their pet.
Yeah, for no other reason than when they're, if they were to ever escape and get picked up by animal control, without it, they have to do a rabies quarantine, things like that. So definitely smart to have your rabies vaccine.
Okay, and there are also a number of other vaccines that we give our pets: the distemper vaccine, paravirus vaccine, adenovirus vaccine. So what are the purpose of all these different vaccines that we give our pets?
Yeah, so parvo, I mean, just to start with one, parvo is a terrible GI virus that is very fatal and very easy to transmit from one dog to the next. And we see it most in our young dogs, our puppies. And I mean, it devolves into bloody diarrhea and vomiting, and watching that puppy just waste away, and it's horrible. I mean, sometimes even with IV fluids and hospitalization and gastroprotectants and antibiotics and all of those things, you still can lose them to parvo. So that's a very severe disease that we see every single year that is important to vaccinate for. Distemper is kind of a neurologic virus. It's not as common, but when you do see it, it's terrible. A neurologic disease that is almost always fatal. And the others are more common, just most of them are upper respiratory viruses. Think of it like the flu vaccine for you or I.
All right. I do have to say, I have personal experience with the parvovirus. Our dog that we have back home in Frisco, she had parvovirus when she was a little puppy, and she miraculously survived.
It is.
And she fought hard to survive, and thankfully she's okay now.
Yes, sir.
But yeah,
yes,
no.
Sir. You had a good veterinarian.
Yeah. From what my mom tells me, it was a really scary experience.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
All right. Well, are there any other vaccines that maybe aren't always recommended or required for your pets that you would recommend that your pets get?
Well, and vaccines are always kind of a touchy subject, So with all of these things being said, the client comes first, and it's okay to have different thoughts on how much they need to be vaccinated and what for. But one that is handy is if you are doing any like hunting or mountain climbing, things like that around here a lot, and your pet goes with you, there's a rattlesnake vaccine that does help quite a bit with the pet's reaction to a rattlesnake bite. We see that more than you might think in the summer. And then there's also a flu vaccine now, which I go back and forth on, but some boarding facilities require it. So just if you're boarding someplace new and different, you better ask them if they require a flu vaccine, because it's not fun to get there and not have what you need.
Yeah, certainly. Is there anything else you'd like to add for us before you go?
No, I guess I'll just say again, and I'll sound like a broken record, but the scariest disease we see by far is heartworms here, and use that prevention. I think it's more important than any vaccine you can get. We see way too many dogs pass away from heartworms.
All right. Well, thank you, Dr. Shirey, for coming on our show and talking to us about this really important topic, vaccinating your pets.
Yeah.
Well, thank
Appreciate
you again for coming.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.